Hey guys, it is the WWE RAW Wrap Up on Mike Sorg with WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please check out our friends, PittsburghWrestling.com, USWrestling.us, SliceOnBroadway.com, and I don't remember that one thing, but we'll get that later. But with me, I'm Mike Sorg in Pittsburgh, PA, in Mayhem Studios, on the Google Hangouts, as usual for the Mondays. And with me from Poughkeepsie, New York, is Mad Mike.
Sorg. I believe that should have been the end of Raw.
I do believe we did stick around. I know usually we like to pop in here right after Raw, but it kind of didn't end already, so we just kind of went with it, right? We just kind of stuck around and watched the Sting talk on WWE Network, and Bo Dallas arrived, and that was pretty cool.
And I want to point out that entire crowd wants to see Sting versus Undertaker.
Oh yeah. They're real hot for it. I think it's happening. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, it's got to. It's got to.
It has to. But other than that, I mean, we did have first the biggest thing I think tonight was Brock Lesnar coming out, doing what they did, had the big throwdown and destroying the entire Raw announce team.
Yeah. And then. Well, then they really kind of didn't know what else to do.
Well, it got awkward afterwards, but it was like a lot of response to that, and really kind of selling the fact that that's what happened, I thought. But you can't. I know you've had like 2 hours to kind of retrospect this thing, and we talked about maybe they should have done it later in the show, maybe they should have done this, but really, it really kind of drove a lot home for us. I think there in like the first hour.
It killed the crowd.
I mean, it killed the crowd. The crowd was hot for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Chanting whatever they wanted to chant.
But they were hot for themselves, not hot for the actual product.
That's true too. It takes a lot to impress that post-Mania crowd, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they are. We talked about this last year. We talked about this probably the year before, because really New York was the first one that really kind of kicked us off, didn't it?
No, the year before that in Miami.
In Miami, okay.
That was when the Daniel Bryan stuff started, because they were chanting Daniel Bryan for the whole show.
That's right, everybody was it started at WrestleMania, because that's when Daniel Bryan got squashed, and everybody just went nuts for it. And but I mean, you got to think that's all the people there that not only went to WrestleMania, got tickets the next day, the most diehard of the diehard, because it's probably hard to get that Raw ticket the next day, because you have 65,000 potential people to fit into a 20,000 seat auditorium, right? So that is the diehard of the diehard made it into that arena. I don't know. It's and plus they always, we see where the direction's going to go from this, and hey, it's a different way to throw Brock Lesnar off TV for a few months until his inevitable return.
Yeah, I know, but it's like the crowd very clearly still does not want Roman Reigns at the top.
No, and I think they let themselves
to
get out
worse than Cena, and they sang John Cena sucks.
Yes.
That's a fundamental problem with your product. And Seth Rollins is trying. He's trying very hard, but...
Yeah, I thought they did a lot of headway. I thought they were doing the right thing with Roman Reigns last night. Like, I thought Reigns looked amazing. He's smiling at Lesnar, even though he did get his ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean, they should just turn him into the face Lesnar. Like, have him go out there and just start beating the crap out of people, and not like cocking your fist and setting up for Superman punches. Like, just punch.
It does feel like Reigns needs a little bit of a modification at this point. Like, he's missing. He's tough. He's interesting. He's but he's been doing the same thing since the Shield, and I don't know. It's just I think it's just worn out everybody already.
Yeah, I mean, he's the, if you're in a relationship, he's the guy who still listens to your song months after you break up. He's the guy he keeps all the stuffed animals months after you break up. He's the guy who still has your phone number saved as the #1 speed dial on the phone. Like, he needs to get over it. He needs to evolve.
You're very familiar with these concepts. It's really interesting.
I was transitioning into someone who has evolved, and that would be Sheamus.
Yes, he did. I don't evolve or devolve. I'm not entirely sure at this point. We'll see where this goes.
It's a change. It's a very categorical change. He went in there. He has a new mohawk. He's got something of a beard, like with beads and shit.
I mean, it looks like the cover art for World of Warcraft.
I think he's promoting Mad Max. I think he's promoting the Mad Max reboot, which I'm okay with. But I mean, even his style changed a little bit. Like, he went in there and it looked like he was just going to be good guy Sheamus, but no. He kicks Daniel Bryan right in the face. Then he just starts mercilessly slapping Dolph Ziggler right in the face.
I love it. It was great. It was awesome. You know, we kind of figured we might have a different attitude, or at least bad attitude, Sheamus. But I like this, and I got the idea that they are teaming up on this Friday SmackDown, Thursday SmackDown, Thursday SmackDown. I would love the idea of like Barrett and him becoming like across the pond buddies.
The United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom's finally going to happen from WWE.
I know.
12.
I would love that so much.
We're just missing Drew McIntyre, unfortunately.
Oh, you mean BM Punk? Because he's shitty on Impact.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no. Jeez, what else happened?
He's the voice of the watch list over there.
Yeah, I like the first promo I saw from that, but of course I'm not watching full shows of what's happening over there. But anyways, Divas got a hell of a chance tonight. I thought they had a great six girl tag. So I love that this has gotten to the point where they are not chanting CM Punk anymore, at least not much. And that crowd could have gone really bad. But we are getting John Cena sucks to Nikki. Is that what I witnessed?
I think so. I mean, at least she's a heel. At least she's a heel, I guess. But I don't know. I heard there were other implications of that chant, and that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, it was weird to see Naomi be the third member of their little trifecta, and not maybe bringing in Bayley, whose shirt AJ was wearing.
Hey, we can only debut so many, or re-debut and debut so many NXT people going into this. I was kind of sad we didn't see a Charlotte debut.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like Bayley, Charlotte, like someone, like
right. But we did get Neville.
Yeah, not Aaron Neville, right?
Adrian Neville, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know this perplexes people. Sometimes people lose their... Hey, you know what? It just same thing happened. Everybody just calls me Sorg, you know?
Yeah.
And I just call you Mad.
Yes.
That's how you do it. It's easier to put on an action figure box, but
and it's easier to chant.
But no, I think the crowd loved him. Lucha Dragons, actually, technically, Lucha Dragons kind of debuted tonight too.
Lucha Dragons got over huge because Kalisto is bonkers.
Oh, Kalisto. I was looking. So I'm like, okay, I usually do the thing where like, I love to see IWC alumni on our International Wrestling Cartel, IWCWrestling.com, Super Indy 10, and I looked at it because I'm like, threw a tweet out there, hey, look, good to see alum here, check them out here, kind of thing for IWC's Twitter, and then I looked at it, and the opening round match was Samurai Del Sol, who's now Kalisto, against El Generico in the first round.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
I don't know who El Generico is in WWE programming.
He has a strange body type, sort of like Sami Zayn, but I know that's impossible.
I've heard that rumor. I've heard that, but I mean, Sorg, Sami Zayn's Canadian.
That's right. Not Generico.
I mean, it's like you're saying Sin Cara is a Mexican. That just can't be the thing. It can't be real.
Lucha. Other than that, what else did we get tonight? John Cena, Dean Ambrose. It's good to see Dean Ambrose thrown in the mix for that, though.
Yeah.
I know he got a clean pin, unfortunately, but
it was unfortunate. I feel it was unfortunate to throw Dean Ambrose in there because John Cena issuing an open challenge. John Cena's going to win. So instead of
he's the Raw after Mania. Anything can happen, man.
John Cena's going to win.
Instead
of throwing out Dean Ambrose and giving us the 2015 version of Orton versus Sheamus, you could have had a comedy match come in there. Like that's where you should have had Curtis Axel come in, Or
Bo
if you
Dallas.
want to be really inventive, have Adrian Neville debut then and win the U.S. title.
From John Cena?
Yeah, have Rusev cost him the match.
Okay, that could be okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
see? Exactly. It took me 5 minutes to come up with that. Do you know who else won the U.S. title on his first night on Raw from John Cena? Carlito. Worked out just fine for him.
I was on the Twitter tonight saying, man, I hope Carlito's the one that comes out.
This is what I'm
let's
saying.
Let's just roll back to the U.S. title days, you
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
I mean,
And it would be hilarious if they made up a whole shirt with John Cena with the U.S. title and he kept it for one day.
well, that's exactly why they didn't. Let's be honest, you know.
I know, but if you have him come out with a shirt with the U.S. title on it, whoever comes out is going to lose. So why not make it more interesting than someone who's a legitimate contender for the belt, like Dean Ambrose? Have it be something fun. Have it be the return of Bo Dallas. Have it be Curtis Axel. Hell, have it be Zack Ryder. I don't know. Zack Ryder finally getting back for John Cena stealing Eve from him. Have it be something.
It just be like it's
something
going to be a
instead of
shower of
wasting-
mid-carders on John Cena for the next several
and he's
weeks.
just going to squash all of them. Like, have him battle the low card. Like, that would be amazing if John
It's
Cena
a bunch of
puts
people
on-
he doesn't usually face.
Oh, really? Dean Ambrose?
But no. If he attacks that low card there, then it is a bunch of people he's usually not taking one-on-one.
Have Alex Riley come out and try to rage on John Cena. Like, do something interesting with it.
Like make him a marked man, you know, and like all these guys, the Zack Ryder's, it doesn't matter what side they're on. Dean Ambrose came out to the open challenge. I have him keep doing the open challenge.
Or if you want someone that has, like, I guess, cachet, Ryback. Or Eric Rowan.
Why not do a John Cena Ryback for the U.S. title? I think that's a very good
Goldust. How about Goldust? Why not Goldust?
Why not Stardust?
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone that isn't like, it just bothers me. Like, they could do so much fun stuff with Cena as a mid-card champion, and they just tried him out against someone he would have faced normally, like in an authority punishment match.
There you go. Yeah, it is funny that after all of this, after WrestleMania, we have basically the same thing ending Raw, just with the belt actually being carried out to the ring.
Yep.
With that 6-man.
Law Roman wins.
Yeah, a little bit.
Law Roman wins.
I miss. Who did he pin?
Kane. Because of course Kane.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, but we should mention before we sign off, Bryan and Ziggler. Holy crap.
Yes. Please, more of this. Continue.
See, that's what I'm saying. Have the IC title be the one that's the workers' belt. Have the US title be John Cena trying to help out young guys by having
Here's the
good
other
match
question.
with the young
Does
guys.
this work anymore? Because the belt's going to be around. You know, the belt is actually going to be on, at least on Raw. They can do something with it, like they almost did tonight, right? So does this mid-card thing, or do we need that space to establish those things with the Brock off time, and now we can keep going with them, or are they just going to fall by the wayside yet again?
No, nothing with Cena or Daniel Bryan seems to fall by the wayside.
That's true.
That's one of the reasons they did it, because I think they initially were going to have Brock retain.
Because I mean, you do have this thing where you got, Rollins is on top, and now I was thinking about this. They have too many top of the card guys, and then when you knock them down, you're like, oh, why isn't he on the top of the card? It doesn't, and unfortunately, it kind of unintentionally makes all these other people seem inadequate in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think they do have too many top guys. They have Sheamus you can consider a top guy. He's been on top. He's been a contender, and he's a big marketable face, right? Randy Orton's another one. John Cena. Now you got Rollins and Reigns. Reigns, for all the people I hate him, I mean, he's a guy that he's already in the Tap Out commercial. He's going to be all over the place. He's going to be a face if he never holds the title. Okay. these are all used to be just Hulk Hogan and Macho Man maybe, and now we have a plethora of these guys, and you have they've created this situation that any of these guys could be John Cena replacement, so they're not worried about him. What do we do for the next year when when Austin's hurt, kind of thing?
I don't know if these guys are necessarily Cena replacements, because some of the guys that are at the top of the card are old and should be gone. Like Big Show, after he won the Battle Royal, Show said, "You know what?
Oh, Big Show and Kane are Big Show and Kane are the helpers at this point."
But they're not helping anyone.
Okay, wait. This is a whole other debate. This is a whole other debate. I don't want to get on this. Okay, yeah. This is a whole other debate that I don't like having on these shows. Anyways, so let us know what you thought of Raw, and we'll get into some other talks tomorrow night. WrestlingMayhemShow.com, live.WrestlingMayhemShow. We are actually going to be switching up our schedule slightly tomorrow. Actually, 9 p.m. we're going to have an interview with a International Wrestling Cartel promoter, Justin Plummer. And I almost said Justin Roberts, which that just mixes up a bunch of things, doesn't it? So join us for that. You can get your questions in. Ask a wrestling promoter, like, what the hell? And this guy took over in January. He's got 2 shows under his belt. He's got the 3rd coming with the great, long-standing International Wrestling Cartel that's been around for, it's got to be nearing 15 years at this point, actually. Questions ready for that? Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Mad Mike, he's at Mad Mike 4883. I'm at Sorgatron. And at Mayhem Show is the Twitter for the Mayhem Show itself. And we'll see you guys next time.